character.
Okay.
Oh, follow.
Good evening,
Okay.
everyone. We're here with Diane.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
It's been a long time.
Hey,
Hello, everyone.
yeah, you've been AWOL for a few weeks, I want
Yeah.
to say. But like most people, when she has pages, she definitely shows up. Like,
Yeah. Unlike
Are
most
you
people.
suggesting that people with pages should definitely show up?
no,
Yes.
it's just one of those things in like a writers group. You don't see anybody for a while, and then when they show up, they have pages like that they need feedback on, and that's what prompts them
Oh,
to
I
show
don't
up.
mean to be that person. I've
That's
just
all
been
right.
busy. I've just been busy.
That's not cool.
So,
The thing is, you're normally here all the time, so you don't
yeah.
actually really need to apologize.
Okay. So,
But yeah, no, like that's totally a thing. It's a writers group. Of course, people show up when they have pages.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Most people show
It's
up.
the time when people are definitely going to show up is when they have pages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Draco doesn't show up.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like Draco really wrote those pages.
Well, speaking of, let's go
Did
ahead.
Draco write some pages
I don't know, but
with his brain?
he has a couple of scripts. Here's one of them.
Is it a
I'm sure his preferred AI of the week wrote it, but
All right, we got
Let's find out.
script echoes of the Gila.
What the fuck ever.
Gila wilderness.
Exterior Gila Wilderness Dawn. The first rays of sunlight pierce through the dense canopy of towering pines. The air is crisp, heavy with the scent of damp earth and pine needles. The distant creek gurgles, its water sparkling like diamonds between moss-covered rock. A bird calls a haunting echo in the vast stillness. Jay Brody, early 30s, lean and weathered, stands on the ridge, eyes scanning the undulating wilderness below. He is clad in a faded green park ranger uniform, the fabric peppered with dirt. His posture is tense, as if he is wrestling
Oh, wow.
an unseen force.
Never mind.
Not again.
He pulls out his sat phone, a low hum. Verbs. The screen shows a single bar of signal. He closes his eyes for a moment, exhaling slowly. The camera slowly pulls back, revealing Jake standing alone against the sprawling Gila National Forest, a beautiful yet treacherous expanse.
Fuck yeah.
Exterior park ranger station later. The ranger station is a rustic wooden building nestled among tall firs. Sunlight dances over the chipped paint.
Good
A
one.
lone flag flutters lazily
one.
against a gentle breeze. Interior park ranger station day. Inside, the atmosphere is charged, the desk cluttered with maps and reports.
Bad one.
Abby Torres, early 20s, bright-eyed and eager, is sorting through pamphlets, glancing towards Jake, who enters, his brows furrowed.
Yeah.
Jake, I found Emily's last location.
Jake steps closer, eyes narrowing at the fluorescent light above, flickering intermittently like a heartbeat.
Where?
Abby hands him a map. Her fingers tremble slightly as she points at a distant trail.
You're Abby.
Oh, near the Gila Cliff dwellings. That's a long hike. That's a long hike.
Yes, it is. Jake squints at the map, the weight of responsibility settling like a stone on his shoulders. Exterior Gila Cliff dwellings noon. The camera follows Jake and Abby
Like AI writes like that.
as they trek on a narrow, winding trail. I love how it's in all caps, too, in case you didn't notice the thing you shouldn't be doing.
You're supposed to shout when it's in all caps, though. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, my roommate's doing a sales call, so no thanks. Jagged rocks jut out from the landscape like jagged teeth. An eerie stillness cloaks the area, broken only by the crunch of gravel underfoot and the crisp wind whistling through the trees.
We split up here. Keep the radio on.
You're Abby.
You're sure that's a good idea?
Jake sets his jaw, eyes scanning the dense brush.
We need to cover more ground.
Abby nods, though uncertainty shadows her gaze. She fidgets with her hair, a nervous habit that has never been mentioned before. Exterior, Gila cliff dwellings later. Sunlight bathes the aged stone dwellings, their shadows stretching long and narrow. The air is thick, charged with whispers of old tales. The sound of wind rustling through the trees grows louder, almost like distant voices. Yeah, keep telling us more about what it isn't. Good job. Jake moves cautiously, stepping closer to the cliff's edge. He leans over, peering down. The rocky precipice crumbling underfoot. Oh, he dies? Sweet.
Emily.
There you go.
Fuck. Only silence answers. Jake pulls out a
Silence
whistle,
answers.
blowing twice. A sharp, clear tone that cuts through the stillness. Exterior Gila cliff dwellings. Moments later, Abby appears, jogging uphill, her face flushed and anxious.
You're Abby.
I thought I heard something.
The atmosphere shifts. Is this a science fiction story?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we haven't found out yet. A low hum reverberates through the air, unsettling like an electrical charge before a storm.
Just the wind. It's
Yeah.
just like that. Yeah.
Hold on, there's a line. Oh, just the wind, yes. Suddenly, a snap of twigs behind them. They turn only a fleeting shadow among the trees.
You're Abby.
Oh. What was that?
Just an animal.
But there is a tension. But there is a tension in his voice, a churning doubt. Exterior Gila wilderness afternoon. The camera follows as Jake and Abby navigate a narrow path along the only cliff. I wonder what Cliff thinks about this. The landscape is breathtaking, yet a sense of dread lingers. The wind grows fiercer, whipping at their clothes, carrying whispers of an unseen presence. This is a fucking science fiction story.
There you go.
Jake pulls out his sat phone, frustration etched on his face.
Still no signal.
Abby shoots him a worried glance, then crouches, her fingers grazing the ground.
Look!
She digs her fingers into the dirt, revealing fragile women's boots, battered and mud-stained.
Emily.
Are those fragile boots, or are they the boots of fragile women?
I think the manatee is wearing a bikini.
No, if it was the boots of fragile women, the S would come before the apostrophe.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, you're right.
Fragile women's boots.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. All right, sorry. Go down.
No sighing.
Okay. The wind howls, blustering around them like a warning. Suddenly, a rustling sound from the bushes. Jake turns sharply, muscles tensed, breath quickening. That's okay.
Did you hear that?
That was whatever. Quickening has a very specific meaning, and it does not mean faster.
Okay.
Yeah, it does.
Someone should look it up. It's fucking hilarious once you realize what just happened there. Abby nods, unnerved. Jake steps closer to the foliage, heart pounding.
Show yourself.
The rustling intensifies, low growls punctuating the sounds of nature. Okay. Jake pulls up his whistle, but then the growling shifts to a hum, rhythmic yet sinister, echoing unnaturally around them.
Jake, we need to go.
Before Jake can respond, A flicker catches his eye, a shadow darting between the trees, shape shifting as it melds into the underbrush.
Stay close.
Exterior ranger station later. The sky darkens, clouds swirling ominously overhead. The ranger station feels isolated, swallowed by the forest's vastness. A hollow wind moans through the trees, rattling the windows. Interior ranger station night. The fluorescent lights buzz erratically. Tommy Reyes, late 30s, lingers by the doorway, arms crossed, eyeing Jake and Abby with skepticism. I love how we've been to this location before, and yet now we're meeting this character.
You really believe in that folklore nonsense?
Jake glares, tensing.
This isn't a joke, Rays.
It's just a missing hiker. Happens all the time. Page.
Oh.
Suddenly, a thud vibrates through the station's walls.
What? That's fine.
Sorry. That one got me.
That's fine.
All three jump, exchanging anxious glances.
What's that?
A flicker of unease creeps into Jake's eyes. He can feel it deep in his bones.
I don't know.
The lights flicker again, setting the atmosphere pulsing with tension. Outside, shadows twist, stretching across the ground like fingers reaching for the unsuspecting noun.
Where's Tommy?
Just winds or
Crash! A window shatters, sending shards spraying. They whirl, hearts racing. Jake's breathing grows shallow.
Stay alert.
The air hums louder now. Was it humming before?
Yes, it
The
was.
walls. I thought the walls were humming.
No, the walls were vibrating.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
boy.
It was a hum. So
well, it's
Filled with an unseen presence as they prepare for the darkness that is creeping closer.
yeah.
Exterior, Gila will. Yep. I'm going to point at every single motherfucking one of those.
All right.
Exterior, Gila Wilderness night. The camera pans up. Does it now?
Yes.
That's a hell of a Dutch angle. Shrouded in an oppressive darkness.
Just a quick technical note. If you're giving erection to the camera, you typically put that in block letters. So
yeah.
There's a format for that.
yeah.
Okay.
Also, don't do that.
Yeah. Also, don't do that. Yes.
Okay.
Also, a camera cannot pan up.
There you go.
It can tilt up, but it
It can
can't
tilt
pan up.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
Pan is short for panoramic, which is horizontal. So
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
The only sounds are the wind and the ominous whisper that dances through the trees, an ancient call echoing into the void, heralding something primal, something hungry. Interior ranger station night. The aftermath of the shattered window leaves shards glimmering like teeth under the flickering fluorescent lights. Jake, Tommy, and Abby stand shoulder to shoulder, every breath synchronized with the palpable tension, which is apparently also breathing.
Yes.
The wind howls outside. What?
That's a good
You
point.
can palpate it. It's an object.
Yes.
Rattling the remaining panes, Jake steps toward the window, gingerly brushing a fingertip over a jagged edge.
check the perimeter.
Tommy raises an eyebrow, paws through a drawer in his desk, pulling out a flashlight.
You gotta be kidding me. It's just a storm.
With a thud, the door shudders against the wall. The building only has one wall. Oh my God. As if something outside is testing its strength. Abby stifles a gasp, heart pounding, her grip tightening around the pen she was holding.
You felt that?
Jake nods sharply, the shadows on his face deepening as he gestures for them to follow him outside. They exit the sudden gust of wind. Sorry, what? They exit the sudden gust of wind, carrying the scent of damp foliage and into something metallic.
That's what they
This is
exit.
a fantasy story now. Let's fucking go. Exterior Ranger Station night. Jake leads the way, flashlight beam cutting through the darkness. The trees loom like sentinels, their bark rough under his fingers. Okay. A distant cry echoes, sharp and broken, winding its way through the still air.
What was that?
Eyes wide, Abby glances at Tommy, running her thumb nervously over her wrist. Jake's jaw tightens, his eyes focusing on the tree line.
Stay close.
The three move in tight formation, boots crunching on gravel, the sounds swallowed by the night. Each creak of the forest feels amplified, a reminder that they are not alone. Suddenly, a figure darts through the trees.
I think that's 10 pages.
Jake freezes. The end.
The end. Light flickering in its direction.
That 10 pages. Jake freezes. The end.
The end.
Everybody dies.
All right. Well, of all the AI scripts that Draco has submitted, I think that one definitely shows improvement. It has setup. There is something out there in the wilderness haunting them.
Okay.
We don't know what it is. Where I get sad, let's see, is that Draco submitted another script, and like most,
We don't have to read both of them today.
No, yeah, but like most writers, if
We
they
don't have to finish our plate.
if they're submitting extra pages, it's usually the same story.
Oh.
But with this, it's a different story,
Okay.
and that's where I get,
That's really too bad.
yeah, like a lot of times, like with Draco, it's like here's something that could be a story, but you'll never see it again, like the tank or whatever.
I want to see the rest of the tank.
So, of all
I'm a fan of the tank.
Yeah,
everyone's a fan of the tank.
Yeah,
the sentient tank was the best story.
It really was.
Even if it was especially because it was entirely accidental.
Right. But we have some characters and a ranger station in Gila Wilderness. And there's something out there. Cool. Go ahead, Dan.
Something nice. A lot of ises.
there were fewer ises than I've seen in other scripts.
Yeah, that's true. It's fewer ises than usual.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of it was filmable.
I mean, I think it was all fairly filmable. I mean, like some lines, like they're breathing in line with the palpable tension. Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna do that.
I don't know how you can do that, but it's a cool line when you read it.
Yeah, like it gives a lot of atmosphere.
It gives, yeah.
All right, Danny.
These definitely look like they've been touched by human hands, these pages.
There you go. There you go. That's better.
That sounds very salty, but all right.
It wasn't a straight export from ChatGPT.
Okay.
It was not. There was an intervention stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where some human activity clearly happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Congratulations. You're almost acting like a real writer.
There you go.
Yay.
Also, there was a successful gesture towards creating narrative tension.
Robert.
It definitely built a world, and it's the characters responded to the world. I'll save the rest for constructive.
I don't got too much. It was.
Wow.
Remember, this is the part where we say nice things.
Yeah.
John's working on it.
He'll get there. Besides, this is John. You know it's worth the wait.
All right, John.
I appreciate Draco presenting stuff when I don't have anything to present.
There you go. How can he make it better, John?
He could care enough to actually write something.
Harsh. Okay.
Wow.
Ouch.
All right, Robert.
Yeah, the dialogue is ridiculous in the sense that the majority of them were 3 words, which isn't how people talk. None of it was how people talk. The descriptions were a little more like art direction. All the things you guys were talking about before we went live for Diane's script about.
I mean, that was excellent timing, Diane.
Really, the camera.
Diane,
the camera.
I'll tell you this right now. Cheapest mistakes to learn from her, somebody else's. Badly went to school.
And so all of the things that he described for camera movements, even incorrectly, were not formatted correctly. If they're critical, a screenwriter needs to put them in there. That is absolutely true. If for some reason there's a camera move that's critical, you put it in there, and as Danny's fond of saying, then it's somebody else's problem, primarily the directors and the director of photography. So I'm not gonna slam on that really too much. I couldn't feel the importance of some of the things. I think that there was difficulty building the world that you started to create with any kind of ability to truly visualize it. Saying the Gila Wilderness isn't enough. There has to be some texture, is what I'm going to call it, to what they're experiencing. And there were they talked about the bark, the mud in the ground, the dust, stuff like that, but they were annoying things that were just mentioned. So I don't know where Danny saw. Okay, I'm not even going to go that far. What I'd like to see next time is you write the script, but send us your prompts. I'd rather read your prompts. I think we can do more to help you with that.
Fair enough. Danny.
Okay. You need to read these things before you submit them. And I know
out loud. Yeah, read them out loud. Yeah,
I know that you did, because I saw some aspects of editing in there that were clearly done by a human, but not very deeply. Essentially, nothing happened and a window broke.
Yeah.
And none of the characters had character. None of the locations were established with meaningful detail. As I pointed out, you have an entire character who showed up the second time we went to the Ranger's cabin and acted like he had been in a conversation with our protagonist before, but we've never seen this man before. So between that and the cyclical, tedious repetition of descriptions of gravel crunching under feet and wind, blah, 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 and people's jaw lines, blah, blah. Jesus Christ. None of those things are a story. None of the characters had character. No one wanted anything. Nothing interesting happened. And a window broke. And there was a vibrator. And then it was a fantasy thing for like one poorly written sentence, which was quite exciting. And then it was just, it's about nothing. Nothing happened. There's no fucking hook. There's just nothing. People walking around in a forest. Like, you could write to anything from the 70s and see that and have a story. And
hey, that's not accurate, Danny. She jogged for a moment.
Yeah.
I mean, motherfuckers always trying to jog uphill.
Right. I don't believe anyone died. I mean, if so, they certainly didn't have a very memorable death. I don't think there was.
Everything only happened by
Emily,
implication.
Where the fuck's Emily? Emily died.
We don't know who Emily is. No one cares about Emily. Everything only happened by implication, including the monster. Nothing happened in 10 pages and a window broke.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
When you read and you couldn't even fill 10 pages with your pages. You were double spacing between
I was
paragraphs.
noticing that. What was that?
Yeah.
Whatever, export features. I mean, there's always little ways you can tell there's a copy paste job. Maybe that's one of them.
Probably.
Yeah, like cool. You added paragraph breaks and stuff, but like your formatting was janky, and like you didn't even fill 10 pages, and still nothing happened. Like we should have an idea of who our protagonist is well before page 10. And all we know is he's a guy who can't keep his goddamn uniform clean, and no one gives a fuck. Well, why should we give a fuck about any of these people? Okay, I'm done.
Diane, you got anything?
No, everybody said everything.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like, what's with the double spaces, which was my big thing. So I was going like, I don't think this is 10 pages. But yes, I agree. Like, I have no idea where I am. I don't know where the location is. I don't really know anybody outside of like a name. Yeah, you gave me an age, not a description or what their job is, what their motivation was. A window broke. I don't know what direction the window broke. So, like, I don't know if it came from outside, that it broke from something outside coming in, or inside going out. And I feel that's important. So, yeah, and everybody else said everything. So,
Yeah. All right. Let's see. I think I got another script in here. It's in my email though, and I'm searching for emails.
Travis.
No, it's not from Travis. There it is. Dixie Dynamo. All right. This is a stage 32 script.
Yay!
Hey,
People.
there we go. So, stage 32 is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Well, luckily, it's always got chocolate.
Yeah.
Forrest Gump.
You know,
Hey, look, I was quoting freaking Blade featuring Wesley Snipes earlier, or at least alluding to it.
Oh, I caught that. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
both are like decent movies. Like people were hating on Forrest Gump, but I thought it was not horrible.
I
honestly,
enjoyed
you know.
Forrest Gump. So,
Didn't it do like quite well?
It did.
Yes, it
Yeah,
did
it
quite
did.
well.
I think it won a bunch of Oscars, and
I think it won Best Picture.
Yeah,
Do you remember the beginning?
Yeah, there's that.
I'm quite
Do you
sure.
remember the beginning of it? The opening
As well as Best
scene.
Actor. So,
The opening scene was it gave you the entire feeling for the whole film. So you guys are gonna have to figure
almost like a whole movie. And did that take less than 10 pages?
it out. It took about 18 seconds, and it told you everything you needed to know.
Wow, that sounds like it's a pretty good movie.
All right, we got Dixie Dynamite.
I guess I'll just.
You wanna narrate?
I guess I'll narrate.
Okay, I mean, well, the thing is, there might be a lady part, and you're the only lady.
You can do the lady then.
All right, go ahead.
I'm all for that.
All right.
So, interior kitchen day. Don Carlos, early 30s, well built, Panamanian.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
He's from Panama.
He's from Panama.
Yeah.
Or he has a cool hat.
Or he has a cool hat.
Right. He could be Ascension Hat.
Yeah.
That is cool too.
Table,
Yeah.
his laptop on Dixie Dynamite OnlyFans fan page.
Sign of the times right there.
Okay, he types a message.
I'll do it. Good morning, Dixie. I hope your day.
Where's the accent?
Accent. Come on,
Panamanian.
Robert.
Buenos dias, Miss Dixie. I hope your day, wherever you are, is going nicely. I love following your travels and getting new peeks from you. I was hoping you could make another.
His voice drifts, fade black. Exterior Portuguese alleyway night. Trash and graffiti are visible. Individuals are behind a dumpster. Hustle and bustle from the city are audible. DPG.
Yes.
Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
DPG 50s, aka Daryl, just call him Daryl,
Good job, Daryl.
face out of sight. A mature woman, provocatively dressed, Dixie Dynamite, aka Penny, is given action not visible.
A hand job.
Oh, a hand job as what she looks around.
You know, if he reads Dixie Dynamite's lines, I do not want to see that OnlyFans page.
Come on, hurry up.
I'm trying. I get performance anxiety in public. You know this.
DPG looks around anxiously.
You don't get to stretch this out for 30 minutes. I'm supposed to get to be getting a quarter bag. I'm not spending the night in a Portuguese jail dressed like this, even if it's for Juan Carlos.
He is our #1 subscriber and was very specific on what he wanted. And yes, I get it. Your handies would be more expensive than a quarter, but it has to be believable to Juan, and you're not going to find a Portuguese dealer willing to give more than a quarter for a handy.
So happy Preston's doing this.
I like a lot of things about this script on page 1.
Okay, Dixie hears a noise, looks around. Stroke maintains rhythm. DPG is anxious. The light ring flows a few feet away. A video is being filmed on a phone.
Oh, God. Get ready. Can I?
Please do.
Suddenly, the filming phone rings. Dixie and DPG look at it.
We lost our cum shot.
Oh, I'm so sad for them. Okay, look at it. Scarecrow calling.
Are you fucking kidding me? Do not answer that phone.
It's Dave. You know I have to.
I know you don't have to.
Daryl, it's work.
This is work.
Sorry, babe. Juan Carlos will have to wait.
He's been waiting for 3 days.
One more day won't hurt. It will make him even more excited when he finally sees it.
Dixie answers the phone.
Dave, great timing as usual. I'm kind of in the middle of something.
Scarecrow, aka Dave, speaks on the other line.
John, you gotta do it.
You need to wrap it up, honey. Oscar is on the move in 30.
This is a Dixie work day. You know how this works. I shouldn't even have answered the phone.
The drug trade doesn't stop for a Dixie work day. Wrap it up and get to the rendezvous spot. I need pictures and audio of everyone there. Hey!
Yeah?
Momentary pause. Dixie is expecting it.
Daryl must be a grower, huh? You too?
Dave hangs up. Dixie looks to the sky and dramatically flips off a barely visible satellite. A few feet away, DPG sighs heavily.
Fucking Dave. Can we at least finish and consider it a practice take?
Dixie looks at DPG, looks at the sky again. She shakes her head. Shakes her head dejectedly. Fades out. Super. 1 year ago. Exterior parking lot day. Mid-morning. Should not be up here. Mid-morning.
Yeah, that should be up there.
A black on black late model sports car pulls out of a parking lot. Colton, 23, and
Jacques.
Do I say it all the letters? No.
Jack.
Okay. Jacques.
Jack.
Yeah, 23 are in the car.
Babe, you really don't have to do this. It doesn't matter to me.
It matters to both of us.
Okay, if it matters to you, then it matters to you. But it really doesn't matter to me.
Moments later, the car arrives at Starbucks drive-through to place an order. Exterior Starbucks drive-through day. Colton rolls down his window.
Welcome to Starbucks. What can I get you today?
Yeah, that's about right. Who's Colton?
Okay. I would like a venti iced shaken espresso substitute with sugar-free vanilla with a splash of milk and light ice.
Would you like bovine slime or healthy oat?
Damn it. Oat milk, of course.
Please pull up.
It's okay, honey. That was really good. I've only been ordering the same drink each morning since November 26, 2022, and we've only been together 415 of those days. It's just going to take a little more time. Good thing I'm patient.
Interior Charlie's bedroom day. The bedroom is sparsely furnished. Sunshine pokes through blackout curtains. Charlie, 17, dressed in all black with long red hair, sits on his bed with his phone, texting a contact named Star. Who's
I'm telling them tonight.
Are you nervous?
About what?
Oh, okay. Damn it. All right. Go ahead, Preston.
No, you got it. You got it, Dan.
Okay, badass.
I'm not nervous. This is only reasonable approach to take in dealing with a fascist abuse.
Will your dad go apeshit?
Doesn't he always?
Interior Star's bedroom day? A response is typed, and a black phone thumbnail hits send as we transition from phone screen to see a transgender female Star, 17, laying in bed.
Maybe he'll understand. Thank you for this. We're less than 2 months away.
Interior Colton Star day. With their phone in tow, Colton and Jock continue driving.
Are you nervous?
Yes, I'm nervous. Quit asking me.
Maybe it won't be that bad.
Of course it's going to be bad. How could it not be bad?
Are you sure you don't want me to go?
Ooh, no. This is not something you can be part of. I'm just going to have to swallow my pride and throw it out there. Whatever happens next, beyond my control.
Well,
Jock looks out the window, mind made up.
Don't even say it.
I have to say it. I wouldn't be a good boyfriend if I didn't.
Create your own destiny. Ew. I wish I never told you that.
But I love it. I really do. A family motto. It's one of the things that I loved about you from the start. Hearing you talk about how life is yours and how you choose to live it is a decision you consciously make. I'd never heard that kind of shit.
Well, it's all bullshit, so you can forget whatever you heard. So anyway, yeah, that's the plan. Well, we'll see. I guess. Won't eat, won't we? We'll see.
I really don't think it's that big of a deal. It's just some pictures on a website. No one really should get upset by pictures
Videos too.
and some videos. They'll understand, I'm sure of it.
Has he met people on the internet?
Okay. Jacques stares at the passenger window,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
sure of it.
yeah.
Exterior Penny's car day. Penny, aka Dixie, from the cold open, drives her Mercedes and presses her phone.
That's you, Preston.
You are Dixie.
That's
Preston.
that's Penny.
Yeah, but
Penny
she,
is Dixie.
We can
Oh,
save that for the crits.
okay. Call Daryl office.
exterior office day. Daryl, aka DPG, from the cold open, sits
Oh,
in
geez.
his office typing an email.
Saving for the crits, Robert.
Subject line: response to significant findings, mortgage masters. His phone rings. He examines his cluttered desk and pushes papers off the hidden phone and picks it up in exasperation. Enter cut to the following phone conversation between Penny's car and Daryl's office.
Hey,
Hey, you.
what's wrong?
Nothing.
Bullshit. I hear it in your voice. Still having issues with the auditors?
Daryl spins in his chair in exhausted resignation.
Of course, my life these days.
Well, shut it down here in a few. Don't forget Jacques is coming over for pizza tonight, and I got a story to tell you. You're not gonna believe this shit.
Sounds good. I have to get this response back to the state today. I'll head that way as soon as I send it.
Want some good news?
Yeah, please.
The new pictures are a hit. 6 new subscribers today, 32 total. Can you believe it? I'm on my way to OnlyFans superstardom.
It's great, babe. Gotta get back to this now, though, so I can get out of here.
Need a comma right there. Okay.
Any ideas on timing?
Daryl looks at his messy desk, his open computer tabs, the clock. He picks up a years-old family photo beside his computer and stares at it. He shakes his head.
At least another hour.
Okay, well, hurry up. You're spending too much time at the office. As usual, we need you at home too. I need you at home.
Daryl's eyes rest on the family portrait, clearly several years old now, through the mess of his desk, and it's only an oasis of happiness.
I know.
Okay, well, I'm going to hang with Heidi and Ricky at Mary Jane's for a bit, and hopefully you'll decide to come home and have dinner with your fam.
I'll do my best.
Exterior Penny's car, day. Penny turns into her driveway and glares at the car phone before primping and checking herself and smiling in the mirror. She looks at a model as she exits the vehicle with a plastic ice cream bucket hanging from her arm. Exterior Daryl and Penny's house, day. Penny walks up to her house when... John, let's do it.
Howdy, neighbor.
A fence separates the two houses. Heidi remains unseen. What's pre-lap?
Pre-lap is when
it's before a scene. That should actually be off screen.
yeah.
It's the sound precedes the visual.
Yeah, I think this is somewhat incorrect because
It's totally incorrect.
yeah.
Okay, so that's supposed to be off screen. Okay.
Yeah, pre-lap is like when the line is at the end of one scene but belongs to the next one.
If it was pre-lap, it should be before exterior Daryl's house. Penny is so.
Yep.
Oh.
If he wants it to be off screen, it just needs to say OS for off screen.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Okay. Heidi.
Yeah,
remains
otherwise that's the editor's job.
Yeah.
Okay. Heidi remains unseen, accustomed to the greeting. Penny smiles. What's up, girl?
I'm Penny.
Yeah.
What's
Oh,
up?
you know, getting ready for 420. You gonna join me or what?
Okay, let me go pee first.
Penny hurries up her sidewalk.
Honestly, having Preston play Penny like really brings the script together.
You have no idea how much
In the weirdest way, it does.
so used to playing the girl that now that like you guys are doing it, I'm just like.
I mean, the thing is, before you were here all the time, we all were.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Penny hurries up her sidewalk. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
The yard lavishly appointed. Exterior Mary Jane's backyard patio, day. Penny Heidi sit at a round table on a cluttered patio. Penny places the ice cream bucket on the table. Heidi, late 50s, youthful looking, okay, slightly over 6 feet, with large breasts and
she's 300 pounds.
Weighs 300 pounds, packs a bowl.
It's weird that it's Mary Jane's backyard patio, but
I thought Mary Jane was euphemism for marijuana. I'm not.
Yeah, well, I think it kind of is, but like, why is that in the slug? But this is all right.
And who's Mary Jane?
I don't know.
A euphemism for marijuana, as far as we can tell.
Well,
Apparently, it's a person who owns a backyard.
Yeah, exactly.
And a patio.
Yeah.
Who's Heidi?
Look at you, Princess Penelope. You're all dressed up and bourgeois looking. Where you been?
Bougie. Oh my God. You will not believe the day I've had. Fire up a bowl. I'll tell you all about it.
Sounds good, sister. Let's wait on Ricky and Tony, though.
Here we go. Fuck them. They're late. Spark that shit up.
Heidi lights a bowl, inhales, hands it to Penny.
No, we ain't waiting on the Pope to fire up. Hold off on your story until they get here, so you don't have to tell it 2 or 3 times. You know those gossip girls want to hear all about it too.
You know those boys definitely like the drama, and today was a drama day, no doubt about it.
After your story, Ricky and I have our own little bit of news to share as well. I'm so excited.
Oh, I can't wait.
Exterior Mary Jane's house day, an overhead view of the two backyards. It was a good day plays as a Camry pulls into view. Uh, Ricky, mid 50s, a large, imposing man, exits vehicle, walks to the patio, dresses in a factory uniform.
Damn, y'all bitches started without me?
I'm not Heidi.
Oh, 420 is the same time every day, Ricky Dicky. The flame is ignited whether you are here or not.
Traffic was a bitch. No accidents or fucking horse-drawn Amish wagons. Just seemed like the LA freeway got transplanted in Princeton. Sorry, in Princeton, Indiana today.
All right, 10 pages.
10 pages.
10 very entertaining pages. We had weed use. We had this was my LA life right here.
Oh boy.
Anyway, we had some OnlyFans content creation. I think that's most of what we had. We had a customer typing in an order.
Handy.
Yeah, that was the OnlyFans content creation.
Yeah, and then you had the conversation between the guy and the girl.
Yeah.
Which was decent.
Yeah.
Jack
So we
Colton. Yeah.
Yeah, we started off. We had a content creation scene that a guy ordered up over the internet. Then we got I can't quite remember the middle scene, and then we go to Penny getting high, and that was pretty entertaining. I'm sure the middle scene was good and had some plot points. It's just slipping my mind at the moment, but all in all, an entertaining open to a story. All right, Dan, what do you got?
Yeah, this was a largely entertaining opening to a story, and I am proud of you for having written a character who explains in the first 10 pages what they want.
What do they want, Danny?
Penny,
yes.
The handjob OnlyFans queen,
yes.
wants to get popular and make money on OnlyFans.
Yes. All right, there you go. Right, Robert.
That was one of the things that in the middle boring bit.
Yeah. They seem to have had a boring day, but because it seemed ordinary. But she does have hope, and so the protagonist has been identified, and we have a sense of what she's going to try to do. So there's motivation. Way too many different characters put in there. I have no idea where they're going to come back or if they are. Especially my part, which I'm pretty disappointed I didn't get to do any more Spanish accent. But
you ordered up an OnlyFans clip.
Well, and it never got done, and I have to wait. So there's there's something there. It's I'll wait for the constructives to go into the rest of it. But I kind of liked it.
I gotta say, of the Stage 32 scripts we got, I think this is definitely one of the better ones.
And at least it's lively.
Yeah.
It's lively and entertaining. It is.
And pretty well formatted. All right, John.
Yeah, it was pretty entertaining. And interesting setup of, somebody wanting to be a life's goal being internet whore, and something to do with satellites and espionage is getting in the way of that. And, it's just it's a bummer.
How can we make it better? Boobs on the screen, you think?
Oh yes, definitely. If you're gonna do, if you're doing sassy, sexy thing, go all in. Don't half-ass it. Like that's one of my bugaboos with these types of movies.
I mean, it's certainly pretty spicy subject matter. So,
I mean, it is. And if you're gonna try to pull off a PG-13 rating because you don't want nudity in it, I mean, change your career.
Yeah.
Like, she could be anything,
But besides boobs, how else could it be made better?
Oh, I mean, anything could be made better with boobs.
Yes, I'm saying outside of the boobs. The obvious
for our first 10 pages, I think it was fine.
Okay.
The characters were certainly likable and interesting. We definitely had a little bit of a Pulp Fiction vibe with like different characters doing different things, and I'm sure they're all going to kind of collide, and that'll be interesting to see. So, yeah.
Robert.
It just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. The characters come in and go away too fast for me. So I won't remember them if they do come back, as John hopes. Um, they don't do really distinctive things. The best dialogue was between Jack, which I assume is Jacqueline, and Colton, and an everyday life scene, and that does bring up like a Pulp Fiction kind of thing. I think that could be tightened up. All of it could be tightened up, but that particular exchange with them when they're in the car could be tightened up. I think you could put more sex in the beginning. I am not against it. I've had producers tell me it's a bad idea, and they don't want to see it in some of the things I've written. But I kind of disagree with them. I think it's something that really pulls people in to the story. I kind of enjoyed the idea of calling it the Handies and them having the dialogue back and forth. Listen, we got to get this shot done. You got to you got to perform, and and then when it gets close and gets interrupted, that has more potential to be funnier. And I'd like to see them develop that up. And that's probably just about enough sex. You don't have to show anything. The dialogue could be very, very funny. You're touching on it, so I think that can be punched up and work with it. I hate what you've done with some of the references back to Cold Open. Giving the characters two names is confusing as hell in the screenplay, and you need to straighten that out. And frankly, I don't have a solution to that immediately, but that's got to be straightened out because right now it's horrible. And I could guarantee you that a reader who was looking at this, considering it, would pitch it after the first time that stuff shows up. So you got to fix that. Otherwise, I have no idea where it goes. But if you could bring those other characters back in, give us a reason to give a shit about them, which means more in those first 10 pages. And I think you may have something that would be engaging.
Danny.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to start off by telling you how to fix it, which is pick a name and stick to it. Just name her Penny, get on with your life. Or whatever. Just give her a different last name. Your first 6 pages in specific were incredibly passive. All the screen direction was is. Is should not be the active verb in a sentence for an engaging screenplay. It was boring. What saved you was you got a good comic sense. So, and the dialogue was like pretty solid. People were talking to each other about stuff. The dialogue went back and forth. We just read a script where there was virtually no dialogue, and it was tedious. Yours was not. So good job there. What I would like is to see more of establishing in your first 10 pages what your characters want. This has a very large ensemble cast, and the 2 characters who are clearest to me are presumably your protagonists, Penny and Daryl, her husband, who joins her on the OnlyFans thing, is going to be probably blueballed the whole movie in a very hilarious way and is probably about to be sued into oblivion. So you've got like 6 other characters you've introduced, and I don't know what any of them want. And that's a problem because you need to establish that these are your main characters and who they are and what they want and what their relationships are. And if you're doing it, cool, but I feel like you're not doing it explicitly enough. And at this stage in your writing career, given what Diane noted about other screen direction stuff and like having multiple names for characters and whatever, you're better off just telling us who these people are and what they want as early as possible, as explicitly as possible, and then getting on with it. This is probably a comedy. It is possibly a farce. And that means none of these characters should be so deep we don't know who they are by the end of your first 10 pages.
There's a film that takes on kind of a similar thing. It's I think it's called Red Rocket, And it's about this guy who's a former porn star who wants to, start a new career, whatever it is, and falls in love with a girl in a donut shop. And it is funny. I will find out the name of that because you should take a look at that because you're
Also,
on the
you should watch
precipice.
everything by Greg Araki.
But I like the 6 foot tall, 300-pound, big breasted woman. She should be the competitive OnlyFans person, and they should always have a competition between each other. Well, I just got 12 new clients. Yeah, well, I got 15, because Daryl performed. I mean, it's so much potential.
Daryl performed. I love it.
How could it be made better, Diane?
I'm actually, if you're doing kind of a sex comedy, yeah, you might as well show some breasts in the beginning.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do the shot, but that you could save that for later. Honestly, and you don't.
You can put it on the OnlyFans page. You need to see like live breasts.
Yeah, you can do that. Because it just reminds me, it's just like if this sounds like an exploitation film, you might as well kind of lean on it. So, because if you're doing like Quentin Tarantino does exploitation films, and that is kind of like, oh, it's just so over the top. I'm like, well, yeah, because he leans on it, and he's kind of shameless about that. And when I'm sorry, Robert, that people say you shouldn't do things like that in your scripts, I'm not that person. So, if you're gonna go there.
We're giving you complete freedom to put sex in the early part of your script.
Yeah, you're opening at least.
Just open on the boobs.
Yeah, well, the thing is that if you're going to do a sex comedy, you might as well just open on that, just flash. And then what is it that Roger Corman says? It's like you give him 3 breasts.
Yeah.
And then like
I think that's Russ Meyer.
No,
that was Corman.
It was Corman.
But the Corman was specific. He would have in his contract like an actress would be. We want to see your boobs in the first part of the movie and in the end of the movie, and then throughout the movie we're going to show another woman's breasts. And then Corman, because he was very budget focused, he'd be like, they see breasts 3 times, they think they've seen way more tits than they actually have.
And then you have like a guaranteed movie, like Butts and Seats.
Yeah,
that's what his kind of thing was. He at least do it once in the beginning, somewhere in the Act 1.
Yeah,
and then at least once in Act 3.
Yeah,
and then they think that
with the same actress,
with possibly the same actress, and they think that you've seen more than you actually did.
I want to say like the stakes seem a bit low. I mean, like if this is like a Cheech and Chong where it's going to be like a marijuana and porn comedy, okay, but you're signing up to be firing off a bunch of jokes and a bunch of situations. So make sure you can cash that check, because if the next 10 pages are not really funny and humorous and we're still stuck here, then it's a snoozer and no good. But people love The Big Lebowski, which is an LA noir detective story, except the detective is a stoner who's completely apathetic, and that's entertaining, right?
I love that movie.
The Dude Abides.
Yeah, The Dude Abides, right? The Dude Abides, man. But like you're gonna need to set up whatever the other like high stakes situation that needs to be solved fairly quickly, or it's just gonna become like about OnlyFans stoners trying to make rent.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we got a
small cost.
Yeah.
Small situation.
Small stakes.
Small stakes.
Anyway, that's what I got. Let's see. Did anyone turn in any scripts this week? We got another Draco script, and
we
got
Can of Bull.
That's from last week. We went over Can.
That's last week.
You weren't here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
I'm gonna throw this out there. Let's just save the other Draco script till next week, and maybe he'll actually action any of our feedback.
Never.
Look.
Yeah.
Okay. Be as
Okay.
cynical as you want. I think there's a version of Draco who gives a fuck about self-development, and
Crazy talk.
this gives everyone another week to write more stuff. Anyway,
I want to see his prompts. I want to see what he's doing with his prompts.
This will be a whole new phase of our writing lab. Show us your prompts.
So, speaking of prompts, so I was talking to somebody it was at a convention, I think,
Cool.
and he's a teacher, and we
Neat.
were talking about AI and stuff, and he says, and he
Yeah.
was saying that he basically gave up on telling his students not to use AI,
Yes.
and he basically says, if you're gonna use it, then when you turn in your paper, you got to show me all of your prompts.
Yeah.
Like, because that's like
I
want
like
you
it.
send your paper, but I want the entire prompt log, like everything on how you got to where, because his, so it's like, yeah, because you want to see if you want to make sure that they're learning something, and that's where you kind of get to figure out what they're thinking and how their brain's working and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, that prompts are hard to get good results. Yeah.
All right, here we go. We have
All right.
not Guanji.
Not Guanji. So that is the working title for now.
Window. Not Guanji. All right. I have not read through this. But Diane has been writing like very few. I want to say how many hours does this represent at this point? Like many hours.
So I started off with like an outline.
Yeah.
And then started expanding that outline, and then like started going like for every little, like this scene has to lead up to next scene. Then I like have like little bullet prompts for all of that.
Okay.
And then I start writing. And I do this like this thing right here, this act 1 scene 1.
Yeah.
In the writer
duet has like little like
tabs.
like ways you can take like notes or like kind of structure the thing and feed it into the screenplay itself.
Yeah. So and if you put something like that on there, like an act, you could actually like close it and not look at it. And
that's like a beat sheet or something.
Yeah, it's like and it prevents me from going back and trying to edit it rather than continue on what I'm doing.
Right.
And that is one of my biggest flaws, is that I'm constantly editing. And because I'll see something.
Fair enough.
And so if I close it and not look at it, I don't want to edit it. So
before we get into it, I want to say just the look and the shape of the document. It looks like an older script. Like if you pull up like Alfred Hitchcock, who was a great director and he made great movies.
Yeah.
But if you pull up like Alfred Hitchcock scripts, they tend to kind of look like this, like some big blocks of text.
Yeah.
With like a lot of stuff going on in it.
So I tend to also
kind of reminds me of another writer that used to be in our group.
Who
loved writing his walls of text.
Who?
Moby?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? A couple of days ago, Dan was like, you people talk about him. I've never seen a Moby script.
I mean, I feel like we should pull an old one out.
I guess we can go back.
We should have like one Molby script. We just always read at Christmas or something like that.
Okay, so I do actually love older scripts.
I think we should save all of the notes about this for the crits and read your script.
Yep, I'll do the read. Act 1, Scene 1, The Discovery. Exterior, Chihuahuan Desert, northern Mexico, just outside the edge of the Forbidden Ranch, midday. A vast high elevation landscape of, can you make it bigger? Single space is tough. There we go. Basin and range, structure sprawls, drought stricken and unpredictably arid. Creosote, but whoa.
Sorry.
Okay, there we go. We need to go back up to the beginning there. Creosote. There we go. A vast high elevation landscape of basin and range, structures, sprawls, drought stricken, and unpredictably arid. Creosote bushes, tar brushes, bushes, and diverse cacti dominate the terrain. Craggy limestone cliffs, forged remnants of the Jurassic and early Cretaceous, loom over the quartz-based red dunes and gypsum white dunes. Isolated mountainous islands pierce the horizon, soaring 8,000 feet into the desert sky. A pair of horses trot into view. Helena Montañez, late 30s female Hispanic with a possible indigenous ancestry, straddles the larger horse. She possesses a rough and tumble beauty. The desert sun has tanned her skin, now caked in dust. She dresses for the practical purpose of the vaquero, Mexican cow rancher, a flat-brimmed hat, heavy-duty vest, denim, chaps, and worn boots. Her hair tightens into a braid interwoven with ribbon, a hand-braided rawhide reata lasso, and a Winchester hang at her side. Her left gloved fist grips a set of beaded closed romal reins, the long braided tail of the romal, riding whiplash that connects to the reins with a leather whip quirt proper attached to the end, sways against her hip, balancing with every stride of the horse. She clenches a lollipop stick between her lips. Her daughter, Alba, 10, female Hispanic or ish, ranch tough but sunny, trots alongside on a smaller horse. She wears similar gear, though a dinosaur printed school backpack clings to her saddle and a small geologist's pickaxe peeks from the side pocket. Alba rolls the lollipop across her teeth, creating the grating rhythm of a washboard.
Alba, mija, stop. You've been grinding that candy for 10 minutes. You're going to chip a tooth. I mean it, Alba.
Are we there yet?
Perfect. It's the last water hole to check, an old well that's just over the edge of the reach. This ground looks too parched to hold water, at least enough for the herd, but your abuelito always says this place is forbidden, haunted, cursed.
I remember Abuelito always tells me the ghost stories before bed. Have you seen it?
No.
Then how do you know it's blue?
I've never seen it. That's what your puppy saw, and his puppy before that, and so on. But sometimes I can hear it.
Ooh.
Don't mock your mother, Chiquita. I remember it was low, a deep thrum, a sound that you can feel more than hear, like vibrations in your chest, pressure in your ears, a chill down the spine. I watched the sands on the ground shake and dance. The old water hole simmered like it was boiling. The house walls creaked and the windows rattled. Just another family legend. Probably just earthquakes or fracking or...
A distant, unnatural wail startles both horses. Helena and Alba rein in their spooked mounts.
Whoa, tranquilo.
Helena and Alba pause to comfort and settle their nervous mounts, holding their breath to listen.
I heard it too.
I said it.
Yeah.
Jeez. A protracted pause. Another wail drifts from the edge of the forbidden reach.
I'm really glad I saw the script when you said whale there. It's Fantasma Azul.
Alba, ready for action, spurs her horse into a racing gallop towards the whale, closing in on the edge of the forbidden reach.
Alba, no!
Helena spurs her horse, bolting after her.
Vaya.
Exterior, ancient well, on the edge of the forbidden reach. Moments later, Alba dismounts and skids to the edge. Desperate, piercing screeches erupt from the inky shaft. The sound hits them like a physical blow, a haunting, otherworldly mix of a frightened horse's whinny and a dying pig's squeal. Alba scrambles back, dropping her hand instinctively to the Winchester at her side. Helena vaults from her saddle, spurs chiming as she hits the ground. The two horses rear, their nostrils sort and the hooves stomp anxiously. Helena reins them steady before she creeps back towards the well, the rifle leaden and leveled at the dark. She stares. Ah!
What is happening?
She stares at the black hole. What's that shimmering and everything that's going on, man? I'm scared too.
Oh
She
no,
stares
the
at the
script
black
is
hole
playing
in the earth.
itself.
Below, cloven nails scrape solid rock, splashing into the stagnant water. Alba peers over the ledge, her small face shadowed by her hat. The screech cries out, more labored and desperate than before.
Sounds small, like a baby.
No baby I know sounds like that.
It's scared, hurt.
Helena grabs Alba's shoulder, her thumb hovering near the safety as the girl leans closer over the abyss.
Don't you dare. It's too dangerous. Dark, deep, a death trap. A scared animal kills Alba. And the water? Untested, probably poison.
Is going to die, Mama, all alone.
Helena looks from the dark abyss to her daughter's face. She sees the dawn in Alba's eyes and knows she's already lost the argument. With a sharp click, Helena slides the Winchester back into its leather scabbard on the saddle. She steps to the well and kicks the rusty pulley, a dry metal on metal scream. She yanks the threadbare rope with the full weight of her body. It holds, but the hemp fibers fray under the strain. Tossing her hat aside in determination, Alba steps into the wooden bucket. Helena eases the rope inch by inch. The pulley wheel squeals in protest as the earth swallows the child whole. Interior ancient well, continuous. Alba descends. The light above shrinks to a pinprick. The screeching intensifies and reverberates. An Orphic descent into a stone gullet. Alba wrestles with the struggling animals, obscured in shadow, wrapped within a claustrophobic murk. Exterior, ancient well, continuous. Helena hauls the bucket over the lip. She reaches out, grabbing Alba's arm to steed her. I think steady is what we mean.
Oh.
Her eyes widen in alarm, speechless and motionless as she beholds the creature. Clutched in Alba's arms is a frantic, squirming weight that can only be seen in fragments, a primitive brown and white blur of coarse fur, spindly, powerful legs kicking against the fabric and air with its multi-toed hooves. A switch tail tucks under as the tufted end snaps, the glint of a dark, panicked eye. It thrashes with a strength that defies its size.
Can we keep it?
The creature emits one more long, high-pitched, panicky wail that continues into
Dissolve 2. Whoop. Act 1,
Act 1, Scene 2, the Dead Zone. Exterior dead zone. Crossroads between the El Rancho del Fantasma Azul and the nearest village day, a few days later. Metal grinds on metal. A piercing brake squeals. A rusted beater truck limps through the desert sun and idles at the center of the crossroads. Rust scales the wheels. The combustion engine thrums, hesitant and lost. Tuck Kirby, late 30s. White knuckles, the steering wheel. He looks like a tenured professor dropped into a wilderness ready to chew him up and spit him out. Yet he possesses the hidden stamina of a 20-mile hiker, the meditative stillness of a man who can spend 6 hours chipping at a single vertebrae. His button-down cinches to the throat, sleeves rolled up, military precision. He radiates a jittery hyperfixation of someone more comfortable with trilobites than people. His spectacles slide down a nose, sunburned to appeal. He taps his smartphone. Nothing. The GPS screen is a black void. The radio clock scrambles into a garble of alien symbols. The analog AM/FM dial crackles with useless static. He checks his smartwatch, but the screen is blank. He squints through the half-open window at the sun to guess the time. Tuck reaches for the glove box. Amidst crumpled receipts and field notes, a faded Polaroid. A flash of the sun-drenched skin and laughter. Quickly flashes and hides as he yanks out a folded gas station map from 2004. The paper is stiff, dusty, faded, and torn at the seams. Tuck snaps it open, squinting at the faded ink. To him, it might as well be written in ancient Greek.
Figured you'd stall out here, out near the dead zone with one of those keyless hybrids.
Truck freezes. He knows that voice. It's the only thing in this desert more terrifying than the heat.
The lithium ion cells and the silicone based sensors react poorly to geomagnetic interference, Helena. It's a documented phenomenon. The physical obstructions of the terrain absorb and block cellular and satellite reception too.
That's a fancy way of saying you're stranded.
He finally looks. Helena sits atop a sturdy horse. She belongs in a century Tuck only reads about in textbooks.
Anything with a heartbeat works out here. Anything with a motherboard is just a paperweight.
She nudges her horse closer. The animal snorts, spray painting Tuck's half-rolled down window with grit.
It's not the truck, Helena. This is 92 mechanical ignition, standard combustion engine, hand cranked windows, and there isn't a single microchip in the drivetrain.
He holds up the 2004 map like a shield.
And I have a map, a physical topographical map. It's analog.
That's a gas station flyer from the Bush administration.
I'm just recalibrating my position.
Helena lets out a dry half cough. She catches the lollipop between her teeth, taking the bridle bit and bites down on the paper stick angles sharply toward the sky. She leans forward, gloved hands resting in the saddle horn, and eyes on the torn map, then his sunburned nose.
That's a lot of syllables for lost and missing person.
I am currently between landmarks.
You're at the four-way stop in a basin that hasn't seen a road crew since the Reagan era. That map doesn't show the shelf road that washed out in 12, or the new fence line the ranchers strung across the valley. You're 3 miles from a dry wash that's going to swallow that cacharto hole, and you're 50 miles from a water source that isn't poisoned with alkali or arsenic.
4 years hasn't softened the edges, I see.
The desert doesn't do soft. You should remember that.
She glances at his cinched collar. A small, pained smile tugs at her mouth.
Still buttoned up to the chin. Don't you ever get tired of suffocating?
Tuck finally meets her eyes. A flicker of the old spark, the one that got him in trouble years ago, crosses his face.
I was breathing just fine until you rode up, Helena. You always did have a way of taking the air out of the room. Or a desert.
Is that right?
Could be the higher elevation, too. Partial pressure of oxygen decreases as we ascend. It's a physiological fact.
That rig might be analog, but you're still running on a digital brain.
My motherboard is officially a paperweight. I'd be a fool not to follow the heartbeat of a field expert before I actually do suffocate. Please.
Helena holds his gaze for that heartbeat. She licks her lips, slow and deliberate, then slides the lollipop into the corner of her mouth.
Follow my dust, Senor Professor. There's shade and a cold drink waiting for you at the ranch.
She wheels the horse around and spurs it into a canter. Tuck watches this rider's dust cloud dissolve toward the vast, shimmering heat mirage. Only then does Tuck let it out. A heavy exhale rattles his chest. His shoulders drop 3 inches. He finally breathes. Oxygen rushes back into the cab now that she's gone. He looks away, eyes landing on the open glove box. He starts to reach for the latch, then pauses at the Polaroid. A younger, laughing Tuck with his arm around a younger, glowing Helena. They're standing in front of a dig site covered in dust, looking joyously happy. Tuck stares. 1 heartbeat. 2. He slams it shut, a little rougher than he should, locking the memory away. He shifts the truck into gear. The transmission protests with a violent crunch. Tuck ignores the scream of the metal, pops the clutch, and the truck lurches forward into the rising dust. Cut to Act 1, Scene 3, The Heretic. Exterior entrance of the El Rancho del Fantasma Azul. Continuous. A white caliche whiteboard of a road rattles the beater's teeth. The horizon of the Forbidden Ranch shimmers with a natural high-frequency distortion. a magnetic veil that swallows digital signals whole. Emerging from the shimmering heat haze, a massive wrought iron archway spans the road. Hanging from the center is a heavy wooden sign, scorched by the sun, bearing the silhouette of a rearing horse, El Rancho del Fantasma Azul, but the heritage is defaced. Tuck swerves in the beater off the Kalish Road, skirting past a massive timber gate where heavy industrial chains strangle the main posts, secured by a Helios-branded deadbolt that sinks its teeth into the wood. A corporate-branded mechanical deadbolt, a block of cold brushed steel, sinks its teeth into the wood.
Deadbolt is
He-
dead twice.
He bumps over the shallow wash where the fence has collapsed, bypassing the corporate lock to reach the long, dusty drive. A high visibility industrial grade notice of foreclosure clings to the gate. It's pristine. Orange plastic skin glares jarringly against the desert hues. The sign reads, Notice of Foreclosure. Property legal owner, Helios Group. All biological and geological assets pending reclamation and audit. As the vehicle passes through, the scale of the crisis becomes clear. The stables on one side, low slung, beautiful adobe structures with heavy timber beams. Choke in silence, padlocks bite into the heavy barn doors like a predator. Where once hooves thundered, now only in the occasional, thin whinny drifts from the stalls. To the opposite, cattle pens tell the real story. Once built for hundreds of head, they now hold only a dozen or so scrawny dust-caked cows huddling over a leaning shade structure. They don't look like livestock, they look like survivors. Deep, hexagonal plates of dirt crackle where the water troughs were and have long since dried. Finally, at the end of the long drive, the ranch house emerges. It doesn't sit on the land. It seems to grow out of it, a fortress of thick adobe, the whitewash peeling to reveal the reddish mud beneath.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. You did a great job with like no passives. Like I don't think I don't recall
I
any
have some
passives
mistakes
in
there.
there. Well, I mean, there's always going to be some errors, but you know, you gave some very descriptive.
It was a passive. Page 11. It is.
Okay.
Yeah, there is. It is.
It is. But that was on page 11. We only read the first 10.
That's true. We didn't read that page.
So there
But-
is. There. Okay.
Yeah.
It is on page 11.
There you go.
I'll
Yeah,
fix that.
yeah, you can always just find replace. Just Command F is
Yeah.
R.
I tried,
Yeah.
and then the thing is that I think with that line, that might be like the only is
Yeah.
because I couldn't quite figure out a way to make it sound nice.
You mean it has?
Huh?
It has green paint. It is covered in green paint.
Yeah.
No, it is a
green paint crackles.
no. It's a green zone where all the plants are dying around it.
Yeah.
So
Plants die around the green zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, the green zone is not green. It's
Yeah.
basically saying the green zone's not green.
And
So-
sits is always a good word.
Dead plants populate the green zone.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Like what if
Okay.
there's a chair in the room? How do I make that active? The chair sits in the room.
Yeah. Okay.
You know.
I got
The
it.
room contains a chair.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
populates.
Yeah. The room contains a chair. Exactly.
Dead plants.
But yeah, I think you did a great job. Your directions were clear.
Uh-huh.
They were evocative. We saw, I think, the world you were trying to present. We had some interesting character interactions there with Helena and who's the other guy? Tuck. Yeah, like clearly they have some history.
I had to
And
add that photograph like last minute.
I don't even remember the photograph. What's
Polaroid.
The Polaroid.
Okay.
Polaroid. Because I realized that it seems like he was like the dad. I'm like, no, he's like the potential stepdad that ran off. So I'm like,
Why are
I
we
mean-
interrogating Diane? She's got to take this like a proper art student.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oops. Like I need to fix that.
But I thought you did a great job for your first screenplay. I think, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
My question was, between.
We have a format. You can ask us later.
Exactly.
Okay,
All right.
all right.
Danny, go ahead.
I really liked this. Although I do understand we haven't really read 10 pages because so much description is
Yeah.
not going to take that long. You
Uh,
established two relate. Don't talk. This is not your time to talk, Diane.
All right.
You take your crit.
There you go.
You've been to art school. You're good at this. Come on. Be a good model for Draco
There we go.
and every other defensive person who comes here. I'm saying nice things anyways, for fuck's sake. You established two relationships incredibly well between the mother and daughter at the beginning, and then between Helena and Tuck later on. We know what Tuck has a crisis over. We know what's causing him trouble. We don't know how Elena's acting to that, but we know she's being a very good mother. So that's very well established. We know the child is appropriately precocious. And also, they've just adopted a horrifying monster from beyond. So you've given us a hook, you've given us two relationships, and you've given us three people we pretty much ought to care about.
Mhm.
We don't know a lot about the child, but like whatever, the precocious gets you pretty far at this point. So yeah, this is a successful introduction to a moving picture.
Robert.
The it's the world's built. We can see it in detail, and almost feel it in detail. The characters are established. I agree, and some of the dialogue works quite well. That's it.
John.
Yeah, it was a very interesting opening, and definitely had
Oh, I don't like that pause.
it's weird because it doesn't there was a lot of words and it was very dense, so it was but I don't want to get into that yet. So I'm trying to think. Like, it was very well written, and the world is very detailed, and I think somebody said that, but and you know, the where it was going, it seemed like it was going in an interesting direction too. So
How could it be made better, John?
it didn't read like a screenplay to me. Just mostly because it was very the denseness of the prose and the narrative. It just didn't really feel very screenplay.
Like I need more dialogue.
No, I think he's just saying like it's a bit overwritten was what the modern
Yeah, I yeah, that's a good way to word it. I think it's just kind of it's overwritten. You know, it's like when you're pitching a screenplay to somebody and you know you want them to like get hooked into the story within the first couple pages, so you know that's like before they know it they've already read through like 30 pages, and you know that's and I don't feel like that's going to kind of happen here because I feel like it might be a little bit too difficult of a read. So that would be my main thing. I think everything else was fine. It just seemed like it would be a little bit tricky, difficult read because of its denseness.
Robert.
I couldn't find a story. I found a lot of detail, some character development in terms of interaction with the mother and daughter, history with Helena and Tuck, but no sense of story whatsoever. To Danny's point that 10 pages it's not really 10 pages. I'm going to say that it feels like you're attempting to have the desert be one of the characters.
Yes.
And if that's your intention, then I think you need to get away from the, I'm going to say, prosaic descriptions of the land and get into more of a mystical feel of where they are. Every it was a very difficult read. No one would read it after the first paragraph. I can't even imagine that they would. It was physically difficult to read. Some of the wording in it is so verbose that it's mind numbing to read. Simplify the language. I would take each block of text and cut it in half. I would just use that. I would just say cut it, if it's 80 words, make it 40. If it's 100 words, make it 50. Whatever it is, just cut it in half. You'll have a much tighter opening. But to Danny's point, you're only going to have about 4 pages, and then you have to start in those next 6 pages telling us the story. It's interesting. The characters are developed. I don't know what you're going to do with them, and I have no idea what they're going to do because, as I said, there's no story yet. No, let Danny talk.
I'll see you in a minute.
Yeah, you get to ask your questions after, and we're going to give you lots of time because we love you.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So I do agree with John and Robert about the wordiness, and there was also something I sort of noticed in your reading that I'd like to point out.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do this in a way that gives you an idea of some techniques, hopefully. One of the difficulties of reading this screenplay in this stage is that it's overwritten, but one of the obvious ways in which it's overwritten is that everything is explained twice using traditional Mexican Spanish and in English. Pick a lane. That will cut your word count in half for free and save a ton of trouble. There's a lot of detail that doesn't really matter, like whether the white cliffs are made of quartz. Yeah. It matters if they're white. You can refer to the white cliffs as though it's totally natural they're going to be there. It doesn't matter if they're made of quartz. The art department doesn't care, and if you're shooting on location, they're going to be made of quartz, so you're going to win anyways.
Okay.
So that's going to get you really, really far towards like cutting that word count and getting to the meat of it, especially considering that you don't get to the action really with the mother and child until it feels very late, even though it isn't, on like page 2. And I think the sooner you start doing that and just having that conversation before you start describing stuff gets you out of trouble. Especially in terms of, as Robert suggested, having an external reader want to read more. And the thing I noticed is that you were having trouble with the Spanish when you were saying it aloud, and you're the person who wrote it.
The thing is that
which means
I researched it. I don't know how to pronounce it.
yeah, but there's also Spanish.
Don't
in the
use
dialogue.
it. Don't use it.
So just don't. Just don't. And then you end up hiring Mexica Spanish actor. Add it back in later.
They'll do it. The director will do it, or the actor will do it.
Well, no, you can rewrite the script, but for now, just I do understand that you're trying to create atmosphere with the Spanish and the dialogue, but if you're not that familiar with it, you're trying too hard.
Okay.
So just don't. Just have it be what it is, and that's fine. Your precocious child is still going to be cute. You can still keep the fantastic blue ranch name.
It's a blue ghost.
Oh, no, it's Fantastico, not Phantasma.
No, Phantasma is ghost. So
yeah, it doesn't say anyways. Well, whatever. You can have the blue whatever, like Phantasmo Azul. That's fine. Keep that. That's great. That builds the world. But like the rest of it, why aren't they transplants? They clearly don't belong. Their farm sucks. So it's not the worst. So that's one reco, and then the other is I noticed there was a fair amount of circular argumentation in the first interaction with Tuck. which was unnecessary. We don't know what she wants out of that relationship, which is a problem, and that would be a better thing to have.
Okay.
She's confused what you mean by circular.
You talk for like a page and a half about shit don't work out in the desert past a certain line.
Okay, so I should cut that.
Well,
You need to say it 4 times. Say it once every act.
Yeah.
Say it once every time it's relevant.
Yeah.
Hey, you know everything doesn't work in the desert? Well, now my computer works. Oh, you know everything doesn't work in the desert? We don't have the technology. Like, whatever. You say it once here, you've made it a plot point, and you've got this great prop that you added apparently at the last minute of the photograph explaining Tuck's entire emotional situation very succinctly. But we don't know what Helena's is in relation to Tuck. And that's a problem. And so cut the circular stuff, give us something new.
The third scene is 5 pages,
Awesome.
but I don't know if you want to read that, but maybe next time.
We'll read it.
Yeah.
Give you motivation to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now I suppose that we've all spoken. You can ask us questions.
I do have a question.
Go ahead.
Because, yeah, the point wasn't to have you not ask questions. The point was to have you not interrupt.
Okay. Well, the thing is that when you go between scenes,
Mhm.
like there's the scene where you get from her chasing after her daughter, and then it goes to the well. And I asked you before the camera started here, is like, should I add a scene about like which is basically like a far shot of her chasing? And
Well, you can't add a shot because you're writing a screenplay.
no.
And we already saw her chasing.
So does that go to cut 2? Should I write? Does it cut to that next?
I mean, so you have the cut that you have written is a cause and effect.
Okay.
The cause is Helena tells her horse to go forward. The effect is Helena arrives at the place where her daughter is.
Is that a cut 2, or is that?
That's just a straight. That's a normal cut.
Yeah, you don't have to say the cut.
He enters a scene.
Oh, I
entering
don't
the
have to say
scene.
cut 2.
Yeah. Don't just remove all camera anything from everything.
And editing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
you don't shoot the long shots. You're not shooting shots. You are writing a recipe for a movie.
okay.
So you tell us the story. The director and the director of photography are the people who actually make the story. Okay. You're the recipe book, not the actual chef.
Okay. I asked this because before you said, when I asked you, like, should I write a scene where there might be a need for a far shot? And you said, add it in or they won't do it.
Yeah, you did. These two people traverse the fucking desert. That starts off as a wide shot.
Okay.
Here's a desert, and then some horses arrive with humans on them.
Okay.
That's your like, you know,
It's your establishing shot. That's your
you got your establishing shot of the desert. Then people arrive. You've written it. We know they're in a desert. You spend a long time describing the desert. They're ready to do lots of close-ups of the desert. Cool. I don't see how you need to write it. You definitely don't need a traveling shot to transition.
Oh, okay. I don't need a traveling shot.
The cave is weird, but people seem to already know what's going on. It's kind of mystical. There's a fucking creature in the well, which is either a Gremlins movie or a horror show, and we haven't figured out which. That's a perfectly good hook for kids. You've got a perfectly good hook for adults of, okay, let's go save the dying ranch and the family together. In scene 2, that's, sure. That's fine. Once you've cut some of the unnecessary descriptions, you might find you have room for additional stuff. If so, great. I'm happy to read another version of this when you bring it back.
Okay.
Let's go see how it flows when there's less other stuff in the way.
Okay.
And I will add that Hitchcock was a great fan of storyboards. So
yeah. So I'm kind of writing this as like a storyboard person. So yeah.
Like, you didn't have too much detail. You over described the detail you had.
Yeah.
You actually had a great amount of detail. Although you should go read the script for Jurassic Park.
I should. I actually never have.
Yeah,
So-
I actually just read it for a thing recently. It's really good, and
Yeah.
it does a really good job of doing the stuff that you're doing, being fantastic, and explaining stuff like as it builds up. But it takes a while to build up all those scenes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
And
you've seen the movie. Surely you've seen it numerous times.
Yes, I've seen it numerous times.
And so like the way information gets parceled out, even like some of it's obviously in exposition, but a lot of it's just in like there's got to be those establishers. There's not in the exposition. You've got to write it somewhere, and it's a lot of it's there. So that might be like an okay, like, well, how do they do that here model for you?
Mhm.
Also, it's really easy to find it online.
Yes. Okay. Well, I thought you guys were gonna be like rip it apart.
Well, I mean, it's good. You know.
I mean,
there's
to Robert's
time.
point, we've only really read 4 pages,
Yeah.
and I am looking forward to seeing the story develop and finding out what that is.
I want to know what it is.
Yeah.
I want to know what happens.
We've
There's
got
a
hooks, we've
creature,
got characters. Give us a
there's
story.
a broken down relationship. The kid's got to get in trouble. Somebody's got to go save the kid. If you want to do Spielberg style, there's always a kid in trouble.
Yes.
Or challenged. And so let's get to it.
Okay.
All right. Do we want to go over the other Draco script?
Not this week.
Not this.
No,
Fair enough.
no.
Okay.
I put the link about Red Rocket. And
In the internal chat that no one else can see.
yeah, probably.
Well,
I don't know. Can you guys see that the studio chat?
Well, yeah. So like you have to paste that in the Discord.
I mean, yeah, it's just Red Rocket on Wikipedia.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll put it in the Discord. Look at Red Rocket for the stage 32 person.
Okay.
But they're not in there, right? You said it was in your email.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's not in our Discord. So
Well, hopefully
Okay.
he watched. He's
Well,
an adult. He can Google Red Rocket.
yeah,
Yeah, he should. It's exactly right. It's right up his alley if he's going to do that kind of thing. And I couldn't believe I liked it, and I loved it.
okay,
So
awesome. There we go.
and there's some good sex in it.
Couple questions.
Go ahead.
So, Preston told me that I'm supposed to like capitalize like props and sounds, correct?
Block letters.
Block letters.
Yes.
Like, especially if like even if they're not.
I mean, not props.
Like they become important later.
Okay.
So, but like these were like
Sounds, yes. Sounds
yeah,
seem
yeah.
to
Like
be
the Rommel
like-
reigns become
yeah.
like really like important later.
Mhm.
So and
Certain things require block letters by convention. Yeah, directing the camera, sounds.
Mhm.
What's your question?
there was even though they seem unimportant in the scene, you should still block them until like it becomes like super important.
I'm saying like a camera direction is important to the cinematographer. A surround direction is
Prop master.
Yeah, like every single department head is going to do their own breakdown. Your director should be doing a breakdown. Your AD is doing a breakdown. Everyone's getting their heads together and probably putting it in a central database. If it's in the script, it's part of the work order.
Okay.
Like, okay, so I'll tell this story because I love this story because people just don't get it at the writing phase. My very first film I worked on got a theatrical release, not a big one, but it was like a real movie, like high school romantic comedy type thing.
Okay.
So like day 2 or 3, we're shooting in the school library. There's, the kids are hanging out, starting relationships and whatever. And, the love interest in the script walks into the library and jumps the turnstile. Well, here's the problem. The library that we had, instead of a turnstile, had those like big, like magnetic sensitive things that beep. Like a metal detector to catch stolen books.
Okay.
As a PA, I was sat beside the line producer for half an hour calling prop houses to rent a goddamn turnstile right the hell now because we were going to shoot that in 45 minutes because it was in the script and the script is a work order. We got a turnstile, we bagged it, he jumped the turnstile, he left, and there was no turnstile mentioned later on in that library. We never shot that direction again. But we got a turnstile and we stuck it in the metal detector for that shot. The script is a work order. If it's in the script, it should get done.
Okay. All right.
Does that give you some confidence now in like...
Well, determining what's important, that's what you're going to do. There's some things you mentioned.
Yeah, and if something
all
shows
the
up
things
7 times, then obviously it's going to be important. You got to have it.
Yeah.
I think that I ended up adding the quartz because it was important in an early draft, and then it ended up being dropped, and I don't think I edited it.
I think you put it in because you're a darling at the Dallas Paleological Society,
That's
and
true.
you jam on all this shit.
I do
That
jam
very
on-
well may be true.
Yeah. The thing is that I am like my little geologist person.
Yeah,
just
by
came
the way,
out.
that's quartz crystal. And,
Yeah. But the thing is that originally one of the things about the Reach is that there's a dead zone, a tech dead zone,
right,
where the tech just stops working.
Yeah.
So, but analog works. And I actually had to research that. Like when you're in like a tech zone, does this work? I even had to check if like dial-up would work in like a dead tech zone. It's like, yeah,
like
you're
all of that stuff gets explained through dialogue.
Yeah,
and the fact that it's in the dialogue
Yeah.
also ends up, if it matters that there's quartz, well, if someone just talks about it, then your audience is going to know. Because from looking at it from a distance, your audience isn't going to know.
Okay. Yeah.
So again, like for example, the Jurassic Park, like, oh, the Velociraptor going to kick your ass scene.
Yeah.
That entire is they're telling you what's going to happen, and then it happens. Setup and payoff. That's storytelling.
Okay.
Showing you and then having it pay off is like less effective. So if it's that critical, why aren't people talking about it at any point?
Okay.
Yeah. So and you should have time for like exposition, downtime, people hanging out. One of the people is a nerd. Oh, Dad, haven't seen you in forever. That's all right. I'm staring at these Jurassic rocks. Do you know they're as old as these dinosaurs? Bam. Now it's in the dialogue.
That's the third scene. That's the third scene, actually.
You didn't need the description on page 1, did you?
Yeah, that's the third scene.
So, all that.
Let us discover stuff. That's where Danny's going.
Yeah,
let us discover stuff through the dialogue
with the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's scene.
And
That's scene 3.
and be confident enough that it's okay if someone's reading it and doesn't understand it immediately.
Okay.
Like that Spanish word in there.
Okay.
Like, you don't have to tell us what the Spanish word is, because the viewers, like, if this gets made into a movie, whoever's watching it, they're either going to know the Spanish word or they're not going to know the Spanish word.
Or they'll learn it right there on the spot.
Yeah. Don't give information that's only going to be available to people reading the script but not watching the movie,
Yeah, because the script is not the movie.
Right.
Okay. I think I did that for a note to myself.
Which is utterly sensible, and why we're all giving that same note.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was just like,
All
because
4
I
of
am
us giving the
forgetful
very same note.
Yeah, the reason why is because I am forgetful as fuck. So
Yeah, so like you did that right. So save the notes for your index cards.
is there an index? There's a card part.
I'm pretty sure Writer Duet has like a place to put
And
it.
there's also a notes feature where you can put in notes that can be hidden on print.
Oh, okay.
So you can add notes and comments. Add it all to the comments. It's going to be there in a list in Writer Duet. It's going to be attached to those lines, and then you can just take it out of the actual body of the script and keep it away from the story, making the story shine as much as it ought to.
Even if it goes like something as like this is the Spanish word for like that.
No, it's not. It's not a lexicon.
Okay.
It's not a dictionary.
Your script is not a dictionary. It's a formula for a movie.
All right.
Its job is to tell
just
people how
use
to
the
make
word.
movies.
Just if you want to use the word, use it. Period.
Okay.
And then people who need to know what that fucking word is, they're going to say, "What's that mean?"
The actor is an adult. They can Google it.
Okay.
Or ideally already know it. Not your problem.
All right.
There you go.
All right.
All
That's
right.
good.
See everybody next week.
All right. Bye,
Well,
Draco. I
Lords
know
of
you're
Iron,
watching.
I'm pretty excited about the new direction of Lords of Iron. Well, at least how I'm going to wrap up issue 2. So
Well, I'm excited to see how that turns out.
yeah, it's gonna be exciting. Gonna be explosions, big space wrecks and shit.
Nice.
You know,
Oh,
that's-
dude, you should do some Space Hulk shit.
Yeah, no, it's like
What's that? Space Hulk shit.
The-
Snatch.
no,
Space Hulk is an ancient board game.
green
No,
strong
I mean
guy.
like you just smash stuff, right?
No, as in like there's like a derelict spacecraft
Oh,
kind of
Full of evil aliens.
yeah,
And people in power armor have to go shoot it and get killed.
yeah,
ghost ship. Yeah.
yeah. That's where it's going. So
Good. Space Hulk's awesome.
yeah. All right.
Okay, everyone.
See everybody next week.
thank you.
Ciao.
Bye. Let's see.
Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Blah.